Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTubers. So, it is a Tuesday. It is middle of the month, and that can only mean one thing: dodging. Now, today we are dodging in Lymm, in the Bull. So I am going to walk all the way down the Bridgewater Canal, probably 6 miles, something like that. And I'm going to enjoy the sights and scenes along the way. Something quite serene about canal barges. And there is definitely an appeal there. I can smell somebody's fire inside, coal-fired hearth somewhere. It smells absolutely fantastic. Good afternoon. For those of you that thought the Southerners had it all sewn up with London Bridge, think again. Here we are, Stockton Heath, south of Warrington, and this is London Bridge because it's on London Road. And what do we have here? We have some great big beams to actually block off the canal. They get loaded in with that little crane there, and that allows you to pump out one piece of the canal. And what do we have here? The recently refurbished London Bridge pub. Very nice in there, good food as well, and usually a very good atmosphere in there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, what do we have here, ladies and gents? This very much looks like a Chris Reynolds accident. Maybe 25 years ago there was something not dissimilar to this in a not too far away place with a load of completely drunk sailing a little boat down the canal, and they overbalanced it and it sank. And the skipper of the day, none other than the man himself, Chris Reynolds. Oh yes, look at the state of that. What a shame. That was once somebody's pride and joy. And Stanley Lunt Bridge. As you can see, there's another crane for lifting more separating boards out just so that we can evacuate the water between Stanley Lunt Bridge and London Bridge. I have walked all the way through Grappenhall now and under the A50 bridge, which is going up to the M6 from Grappenhall, and that goes up to the services, the Poplar services. And what have we got here? We've got a converted lifeboat, look. How unusual. And then we've got a canal barge called the Life of Riley, and we all know somebody called Riley who has that life, don't we? I'm now about half a mile east of Grappenhall at Pickering's Bridge, look. I'm going to go on top of the bridge and have a look at what's on the other side. This is the view of Pickering's Bridge looking west, and if we look east we'll see the canal bears left, and then it gets really close to one of the old railway lines that was cut by Beeching in the 60s. It used to go from Warrington through Thelwall, Altrincham and then into Manchester, and we're going to join that in a moment. And here we have that really rather impressive house. Now I'm going to have to zoom right in to see the house, which is right at the back, hidden with all those trees. But look at the size of the barn. What a fabulous structure that is. I wonder if that's being turned into a house or something like that. I am now at Thelwall Underbridge, looking east to west, and this here is a little aqueduct, an underbridge, and over there is also an underbridge, but that's a railway underbridge. Now that underbridge is a part of the Warrington to Altrincham Junction line, which was sometimes known for being connected to the Beeching cuts, where Dr. Beeching cut a load of railway lines out of the UK rail network because of lack of use and the various connected commercial reasons. And this one, unusually though, actually ceased to operate as a passenger service in 1962. 1962, for those that know, was actually a year before Dr. Beeching's paper was actually published. So this ceased to be a railway line between Warrington and Altrincham in 1962, before the Beeching paper was published in 1963. Now, the freight services, because there was no easy route to Manchester, continued on until 1985, when it was finally shut. I'm somewhere between Thelwall and Lymm now, and I've come across a little feature that I didn't know was here before. It's a little turning basin, look, just so that the canal barges don't have to go all the way down to the marinas and whatnot, which could be several miles away. They can actually come into this little basin, which is quite wide. I would say maybe 60-70 feet wide, 80 feet wide maybe, and they can actually stick the bow in there, get the stern round and turn round. How cool is that? Even got a little footbridge over there, which obviously goes into the back of somebody's garden. Well, right by this little turning basin, and I seem to have found myself a scallywag.
Proper scallywag.
Proper scallywag. How are you doing, sir?
Didgering and dodgering, mate. Didgering and dodgering.
Didgering and dodgering. Captain Gallagher. Air Marshal Gallagher.
Oh,
how
no.
are you doing,
Oh, no.
sir?
I am tickety-boo, chap. Tickety bloody boo.
How's your knot cancer?
No, it's fine, mate. It's not killing me yet, let's put it that way. But I'm still using my legs before I use any use of them.
Absolutely, sir.
Unlike a lot of the Dodgers.
Lazy,
Get some in. Get some in.
lazy bastards, aren't they? They've all gone on the bus.
Can't say that. This omnibus, this newfangled omnibus, is quite new technology, really, for them boys.
Well, it makes a step up from the old horse and cart. So we've found ourselves another HMS Christopher Reynolds, and Mr. Gallagher was just recounting the tale. Escaped the fateful day. He dodged.
I dodged
because he was already a dodger in the making.
I was often offered the cruise back, and I went, no, it's all right, mate. I'm going to get a taxi. But thanks for the offer. But did I enjoy the regaling of the stories afterwards, and the pictures, and the diving down for the tanks and the fire out the boat afterwards, and also, which I was blamed for nefariously, was sending letters from the Bridgewater Canal Company, i.e. Peel Holdings, fining said boats for being stuck in the bottom, which Mr. Reynolds to this day thinks was me. It was outrageous.
So, I have walked all the way from Appleton, through Stockton Heath, through Thelwall.
Bit lazy, only from Grappenhall.
Only from Grappenhall.
Didn't go back, double back to Meeson. So he's most disappointed.
Here we are, Bull's Head and the Golden Fleece on the other side of the road. I'm guessing we're going to both. Happy days.
Yes.
Beer o'clock, nearly there. Oh yes. This is quite a nice little ginnel, isn't it? Very cute. Oh well, that was a nice little walk.
That's good.
But we made it in good time. Oh, we're 10 minutes early as well.
Bang on an hour.
Well, I left at bang on 12, so I'm an hour and 50, which is not bad. It said an hour and 55, it said on Google. But I've stopped to make the video along the way. I think I'm going to go and get a little photograph from the other side. Let's get you straight outside it, so. I would like just an ice and a slice in my Coke, please, if you wouldn't mind. That'd be very kind.